Institutional adoption in crypto is obviously heating up, and I do believe that when we look at Ripple and XRP, there is something very interesting happening behind the scenes. And in fact, a Ripple employee kind of gave us the full blueprint on what they are doing. So with that being said, welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, don't forget to join the free Discord down in the description below. You guys won't regret it. There's a ton of free information in there that is extremely valuable and could help you become financially free from crypto. So with that being said, let's dive on in and let's start off with this post here. Now, this is from Smoke Dog. Now, this goes back to March of this year. Since then, we have witnessed a few bigger moves being made around crypto, specifically around some of the largest financial institutions out there adopting crypto or having some type of strategy behind crypto. And if we actually look at this, we can see BlackRock, Vanguard, IC Bank of China, China Construction Bank, major banks in China just in general, Fidelity, Bank of China, JP Morgan Chase, State Street, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America. There is so many giant banks on this list, by the way, real quick, that are tied back to Ripple. A lot of these are major partners of Ripple, have exposure to Ripple tech, or even are exposed to Ripple tech through specific partnerships that Ripple does have, like Accenture, for an example. But it's crazy when you actually look at this list of names that are, really kind of based around crypto. They have some type of crypto exposure, crypto adoption, or even products like ETFs. And then when you look at the retail participation in crypto, it's very minuscule. It's very small compared to, what types of names are out there that majority of the retail population knows about these names. Because guess what? Some of these banks, they are banked with. And it's crazy when you put it into perspective that these names have a crypto strategy. They are in crypto. They have a crypto product. They have, a trading, they have an ETF that is trading publicly right now. Yet majority of the retail crowd is still anti-crypto. They don't want to touch it. They think that's a scam. They think that's like fake money or whatever. And it's just funny to me. But why am I bringing back up institutional adoption? Well, let's take a quick look at some of the institutions tied to Ripple. So here are a few images actually noting some of the partners that Ripple does have or had under its belt. Now, a lot of these names, we don't have 100% confirmation that they're still a partner of Ripple. Some of them we do, but these were names tied to Ripple in the past. For an example, MoneyGram, no longer a Ripple partner after the SEC lawsuit. They actually went over to Stellar. But a lot of these other names on this list still stand today. And it's just crazy when you think about all of those institutions that are now entering the space currently that people are now aware of. But when we go back in time, Ripple had all of these big names tied to them. And a lot of these are massive giant banks that everyone is aware of. Then when you think about like Finastra and Accenture that are connected to, thousands and thousands and thousands of institutions that have exposure to Ripple, or even Volante that is tied to some of the largest banks out there, it kind of puts things into perspective on how big Ripple really is. Even if we go back 6 years ago, and I'm sure that you guys know about this list of Ripple partnerships already, just take a quick look at all of these big banks that were actual confirmed Ripple partners 6 years ago. Off of the Ripple website. These were all of the names tied to Ripple. And even today, with NDAs and things that we are not aware of, I'm sure that there is a massive amount of banks. In fact, I think that there was like 1,700 plus contracts that were in the lawsuit documents. Those were NDAs, 1,700 NDAs. Not only that, but also think about central bank engagements that they're engaged with. I mean, it's insane to say the least. We don't know a lot of that information. Retail won't know about that information, but we can assume going off of the previous partnerships that were, there 6 years ago. Imagine how big this list actually is now. And think about the names that are on that list. But I'm bringing this up because I want to go over a few things on why this is very important to know. Number one, let's talk about vet_x0's post. He has two posts here that I want to go over. And the first one is institutional customers of Ripple. Meeting retail users on the XRP ledger is the vision. Everything you're seeing is a preparation for this, from compliance first implementation of new XRP ledger features to high quality native issued assets such as T-bills and even the RLUSD stablecoin. Don't blink. It was always a no-brainer, in my opinion, to plug the whole RippleNet side of Ripple directly into the XRP ledger and the DEX. And yes, this is one thing everyone is completely forgetting about, right? Like, everyone's sitting here saying like, oh, Ripple doesn't care about XRP or the XRP ledger. Like, anyone that is telling you that is ridiculous. Like, I see a lot of prominent names in this space. I'm not going to name any names out of respect, but there's a lot of names in this space that are trying to persuade XRP holders that XRP won't be used by Ripple. Ripple doesn't care about XRP. They're not, doing this or that about the XRP ledger. They don't care about the growth of it. And it's comical to me that that's what people are getting at when it comes to, looking at all the information that Ripple is pushing. If anything, I see the complete opposite. I see Ripple continuing to tout the efficiencies that the XRP ledger offers and even XRP offers. But also, this here, around this no-brainer, in my opinion, to plug the whole RippleNet side of Ripple directly into the XRP ledger and the DEX, yeah, that's happening. In fact, a lot of the moves recently by Ripple confirms this. But we have to cover some ground in terms of amendments, bootstrapping, and other things needed. But if this works out as planned, it will be tremendous. And yes, even if we look at some of the announcements regarding the stablecoin, let's go back to April, actually, when we got the announcement of the stablecoin. This is from Brad Garlinghouse, CEO at Ripple. Launching a stablecoin is a natural step for Ripple as we bridge the gap between traditional finance and crypto. We have the years of experience, the regulatory footprint, a strong balance sheet, and a network with near global payout coverage to offer the best of crypto-enabled payments using XRP and our future stablecoin, which will also be implemented onto the XRP ledger. Yes, Ethereum as well, but also the XRP ledger. Now, David Schwartz also added on to this, saying a high quality USD stablecoin on the XRP ledger with its decentralized exchange and features like issued currencies, auto bridging that uses XRP as the native currency to facilitate trades between other assets, and the AMM will be a game changer for users and devs. And yes, all of this is building up to that finale of Ripple completely tapping into the XRP ledger in a very large way, having everything plug and played into it, bringing all of the institutional customers of Ripple as well onto the XRP ledger. Think about how big of a deal this really is. Now, also, the end goal around the stablecoin is also institutional DeFi. This is where we really kind of start to see everything falling into place. The institutional DeFi approach is something that I'm very excited about because, everyone is always talking about billions of dollars in this space. Institutional DeFi will not only bring trillions, but it will multiply those trillions in a very large way. You got to think about, how many billions of dollars actually enter DeFi and have grown to tens and tens of billions of dollars over the last couple of years. I mean, this is exactly how I envision institutional DeFi growing as well, where we start to see trillions of dollars flowing in, and guess what? It grows and multiplies in a very fast amount of time, because that's exactly what crypto offers, is major expansion and growth of not only wealth, but also the value of anything that is flowing on chain. So when we talk about tokenization, if you have $1 trillion tokenized on chain, I do believe that that is going to grow astronomically, because you now have lending and borrowing. You also have fractionalization. I think that this is going to be massive, especially once we do start to see those institutions tapped in. Now, also, Vet did post a video, and this video is great. It's actually from Ripple themselves. We have, let me repeat, the vision that fits the execution you're seeing. Bring institutional liquidity to the XRP ledger so that everyone can contribute to liquidity pools and draw from them. An ecosystem where institutional and retail users meet on the DEX. The pillars, payment-centric payment rails anyone can use for their business. It's the bedrock function for RWA, NFTs, DeFi, the only collaborative consensus algorithm, ready out-of-the-box features, e.g. NFTs, DEX, the AMM, accessible with just API calls, simple for any dev. Establish decentralized network, hundreds of nodes and validators, a neutral counterparty free asset XRP, compliance features as well. That's it. Don't make it complicated. Now we also have, I wouldn't leave you with this without giving also some food for thought. How can we bootstrap this vision and what steps are necessary? Is there anything we can further improve and change, make the XRP ledger fit businesses, not make businesses fit the XRP ledger? Especially, this is probably the most important one. We often tend in the community to build imaginary castles of awesome XRP ledger features and use cases without asking the industry if they actually want this or if it is useful. And yes, there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of concerns around this. There's a lot of work to do as well. But at the end of the day, this ecosystem is going to be institutionalized. The entire space is going to be institutionalized. I see so many people saying like, oh, institutions are bad for the space. Guys, crypto was not going to thrive without institutions. You got to remember who originally invented crypto as well. Like Bitcoin itself, oh yeah, it definitely was just created by some anonymous figure that wanted to counter the banks and counter the monetary system. What a joke, right? We already know who was behind Bitcoin. The end goal is institutionalization of crypto itself. But check this out.
So when we see, like, when I look at traditional finance, like a traditional bank, they were making like $1 trillion of notional of DCD per week at the height of the market. And I'm eager to see that lightly structured business getting into crypto and enabling everyone to earn passive income and yield, again, like you're shorting an option, so unlimited downside. But those two use cases, I feel like the hedging impermanent loss and the digital option vault hopefully are going to drive enough demand so that we can see that market maturing and seeing like vol surface, vol curves on the option. So looking forward to seeing that. Yeah. So
I mean, like, as we really look at the vision here, the institutional side is something that I think everyone should be focused on. I mean, retail, I'm just going to be honest, and I'm just going to be straightforward. Retail does not matter at this current moment in time. Retail is already here. It might not be in a very large way. We still need users on the XRP ledger, but retail capital, retail money, it does not really matter when we're talking about these assets that could very well be worth trillions. Yes, stocks and things like that are worth trillions right now. When we look at some of these assets, some of the technology in this space, what's the real big piece of the puzzle is institutions adopting the technology, utilizing the technology, and building products on the networks. Why? Because guess what? Institutions will bring the retail money, bring the retail crowd, without the retail crowd even realizing what they are using. They don't even know, they don't even see the technology. They are just utilizing a UI built by BlackRock, Vanguard, any major bank. That's what they're seeing. That's why I always say, like, right now, everyone's always looking for like mass adoption of crypto. Guess what? Mass adoption isn't, your friends and family knowing that XRP even exists. It's them utilizing the XRP ledger, for an example, or Hedera, or whatever network you can think of, using it through a bank's UI, or sending a payment and not even seeing the XRP ledger, not even seeing XRP. They just see how fast it is, how great it is, and that's it. That's exactly what mass adoption is. That's how we get there as well, is bringing the institutions, bringing the enterprises here to build products that users will use without knowing the technology. But also over here, we have from Ripple's VP of Strategic Partnerships, Pat Thelen, massive name. We've talked about him multiple times on the channel. We have here the advantages of stablecoins, highlighting their utility as digital cash as financial institutions roll out on-chain solutions. There it is, right? There it is, on-chain solutions, aka those solutions that, almost every retail individual will use without knowing what they're actually using. Check it out.
I've been asked to answer what are the advantages of stablecoins in under a minute. Hi, my name is Pat Phelan. This is Crypto in a Minute. Stablecoin is a digital version of cash. And in the financial services industry, the old adage goes, cash is king. And that's true unless you don't have access to cash, you don't have the ability to use that cash, and worst case, that cash is not as much as you thought it was. So as financial services and other industries begin to roll out all of the clever applications that are occurring within crypto and blockchain, like on-chain solutions, like tokenization, and eventually Web3, stablecoin provides the ability to meet that demand. And then the important thing is, as you go through that, you've got the ability to do that in a way that's safe, secure, and ready to use on demand. What's fun about this is we are in a position now where the industry is at $150 billion, proving the demand is there. The reality is it's got a long way to go, and we're excited to see the journey and how it unfolds. I made it.
So yeah, I mean, listen, as we really look at the stablecoin, this is what gets me excited about RLUSD. It's going to be a very high quality stablecoin. Ripple has a massive balance sheet to back it, to repeg it. It is going to be, in my opinion, one of the most adopted, one of the fastest growing stablecoins in the space. And it's going to lead, it's really going to roll out the red carpet for these institutions, these massive players, to roll out on-chain solutions regarding tokenization or any type of on-chain solution in general. And what this is going to do is bring a ton of capital, bring a ton of value, bring a ton of users to the space. Definitely on the XRP ledger as well, because remember, the XRP ledger is centric to all of this. But also, the end goal here is exactly what Vet told you, which is meeting retail users on the XRP ledger through, specific features, solutions, whatever. But the XRP ledger is the key. And RippleNet, the entire Ripple side of things, is going to be directly plug and played onto the XRP ledger with the DEX, with the AMM, all of that. It is going to be a recipe for incredible wealth creation, incredible growth, and also incredible value growth as well, which means that's where you put your XRP to work. You can lend out your XRP. I think that this is going to be very exciting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.